what's going on? Hey, what's going on? Wow, you can customize all the way down to the pupil. That is awesome. Pretty awesome game so far. Looks like a biohazard symbol. Cat eyes. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. You want to go with the cat eyes. Of course we want a huge chest. Who wouldn't want that, right? Boom. I don't know. Let's see here. Oh, the bust. There's the bust. My goodness. Yeah, it's a little bit too much. Let's at least be proportionate. That's a bit better. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Oh, let's go back. That's a little bit of the customization of the Kosh. Or should I say? No, that was Eulonians, if I pronounce that properly. That is pretty cool. So, let's see here. Let's start with the Kosh. Obviously, you got the standard male and female. You got the Blade Master, the Beast Master. Here, I'll go over each one. Looks like the Blade Master is attack and defensive. Very little assist. Endurance AoE are a little over halfway. So not too bad of a class. Looks like they use a two-handed sword, kind of like a great weapon fighter off of Neverwinter and or a warrior off of WoW. So let's go to the Beastmaster. Let's see here. Beastmaster looks like they got a lot of defense and attack. Not sure yet if they actually have a pet. So I'm going to check into that one. Switch alignment. Ah, I see. Okay, gotcha. Anyways, we were on the Beastmaster. Looks like the race... Let's go over the race trails, or traits, I should say. I guess they increase evasion and movement speed, agility, and all that good stuff. Brawl strength. Their passive, upon dodging an attack, attack power and spell power are increased. So I'm assuming these guys are best for tanking. That's what it sounds like. Let's see here. Two-handed weapon. Oh, two-handed axe for the Beastmaster. And their signature skills: on the prowl, Channel the spirit of the panther, become invisible and silencing nearby enemies after reappearing. The next attack is a critical hit. That's pretty cool. Sounds like a druid off of WoW mixed with a BM hunter, mixed with a, I don't know, a crazy two-handed warrior axe thrower. Wow, that's insane. Alright, next skill would be Brutal Fury. Strike the ground continuously to deal massive damage. That sounds pretty fun. Okay, they're adding in some sort of druid spells here. Totemic Doom. It's an active ability. Summon an ancient totem that damages enemies in the target area. After a short period, the totem explodes, dealing additional damage. AoE. Not too bad. So far the Beastmasters are sounding pretty interesting. Alright, the Spell Sword. What's up there, cruel chat spam? Alright, let's get into this. Spell Sword. Race traits, already went over that. Looks like they have a little bit of quite a bit of attack and control. Their assist isn't really that good. Endurance, AoE, average. And it says the spell swords are skilled in both magic and melee battle. So they're melee and ranged, making them tough, well-rounded combatants. They use a one-handed sword and a shield. Okay, so they're somewhat of a tanky character, but really not that much defense. Okay, we'll find out what that means. Alright, their signature skills are Berserker Carve. It's an active ability. You lunge forward, dealing physical damage to nearby enemies. Nearby enemies take more damage. So closer they are, the more damage they do. It sounds kind of like a tank spec to me so far. Yeah, I know you are there, Jess. Alright, so anyways, Ethereal Sword. Summon a giant sword that damages nearby targets every 3 seconds. Increases the spell sword's attack, movement speed, and MP regeneration. So basically a runaway in fear kind of thing that kind of regenerates your MP so you can get back in there. Alright, next one will be Blade Breaker. It's also an active ability. The spell sword leaps forward to attack nearby targets, dealing damage 3 times and repelling them. That sounds like an opener to me, to jump into battle. Not too bad. Not really my deal, but so far we're thinking the Beastmaster is good. Next would be the Pyromancer. Extremely good attack power. Maxed out on attack power. Alright. Defensives, average. Controls, average. Assist, not too good. Endurance isn't really too good. The AoE is pretty amazing though. That's about 2 bars less to max out, so if you like a lot of damage in AoE, Pyromancer's looking pretty good so far. Alright, the Pyromancers excel in fire and lightning spells that can deal critical damage to several enemies at once. So, yeah, AoE. Do a bunch of damage. They can use staff, wands, magic bottles. Magic bottles. And or offhands. Alright, first active ability is Ion Beam. Energy burst from the ground, dealing magic damage and knocking back affected targets. So it's a knockback, someone close to the Elemental Shaman's knockback on WoW, if you want to compare it to that there, Jess. Alright, next is an active ability called Fan the Flames, and it just increased the critical strike rate, I should say. Wow, that's pretty nice. This looks like it's a class that's going to be hitting pretty hard. Next is the Innervating Cloud or Innervating Cloud. It's an active ability. Also reduce nearby enemies' spell power while continuously draining their MP. Wow, so it's a nice little drain and or close to the skills on a Warlock. But they call them Pyromancers, I guess. Yeah, it's pretty much a Warlock. Mixed with a little bit of mage skills, if we're talking WoW here. Alright, let's see here. Let's go next. We're going to go to the Geomancer. They're looking more like a healing class, which is, as you see, this purple bar, it's an assist. That's how you can really tell if they're a healing class or not. Looks like they're well balanced on everything else, but they're for the backside to heal you up. So the Geomancers channel the power of nature to heal teammates and provide buffs. There you go, healing class. They can use staffs, wands, and magic bottles. Their signature skills are Purification is an active skill. We clear all debuffs and summon a water shield. Allies within the shielded area take less damage and recover health when they take damage. Nice. So that gives them a shield and they recover health when they take damage, so it's more or less a druid dot. So Tranquility. There's one out of the spellbook from WoW. It's also an active ability. You summon water spirits to continuously restore allies' HP while silencing enemies in the area. That's overpowered. Wow, that is really good. So the next is Circle of Life. It's also an active ability, dealing natural damage, or wait, what should I say? Yeah, natural damage. I was going to say nature damage. Dealing natural damage to nearby enemies while healing nearby allies. Nice, so you can do a little bit of damage while you're healing allies as well. This looks more like a druid class. So if you want some pretty strong heals, it's looking like the Geomancer is the way to go. Next we have the Skycaller. Looks like their control is pretty nice, and their AoE is pretty nice. Assist is not looking too good, so they're not really going to have too many heals and or any. Endurance is pretty good, along with the attack and defense. Let's see here. The Skycallers harness the power of wind and water to devastate opponents with area of effect spells, snares, and debuffs. Pretty cool. They can also use staffs, wands, and magic bottles. Some of their signature skills, also active ability, is Baleful Vortex. Transform into a vortex, dealing wind damage every second to nearby enemies and snaring them. Nice, you transform into a vortex and you snare them and do damage to them so they can't get away. A lot of these skills that I'm seeing on this game are going to be ridiculous in PvP. There's snares everywhere, there's heals going everywhere, there's debuffs. It's going to be pretty crazy. Let's see here. Alright, next one will be Glacial Protection. The caster seals self-ice. Okay. And is damage resistant, rooted, and silenced for a short period. When the ice breaks, nearby enemies are frozen. So it's a deep freeze. Basically, it's a deep freeze off of a mage. Icicle Crush. Summon a giant icicle, damaging enemies in the area and causing them to deal less damage. There's a debuff. Yep, so this class is basically your mage, but they call it a Skycaller. Alright, next, and I think it's going to be pretty awesome, we'll see what happens, is the Assassin, of course, compared to the Rogue. Pretty cool, I like it. They got pretty much everything is looking pretty good, too short of max defense, attack, control, assist, endurance. The rogues, or assassins, I should say, off of this one, so something about that. P to W, okay. Explain that P2W. I want to say it's a person to world. I don't know. Explain that one real fast so I can give you a little bit better explanation on that one. Amadeus 1304, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And pretty much any questions you guys want to ask, just let me know. I'm actually new to this game myself. I haven't even entered the game yet. I'm just going over to the character creation, kind of trying to find out which is best for me to play and show everybody else. So I'm pretty excited about getting into the game myself. But before I'm waiting on the response there from Amadeus 1304, 1304, let's go into the Assassin. We looked at their stats: defensive, attack, control, assist, endurance, and AoE. It's looking pretty even. Endurance, not good, obviously. They're supposed to be stealthed, which hopefully we will see. But anyways, we got assassins emerge from the shadows, execute a flurry of precisely timed lethal strikes, and disappear again. Yep, of course they're rogues. So, class weapon is Dagger, of course. Shadow Dance, taking that from WoW. Dash forward, dealing massive damage to enemies in your path. Shadow Dance, pretty much the same thing. Wrath of the Darkness, throw knives, dealing damage to nearby enemies. Yep, sounded like exactly like a rogue from WoW. Stealth, sounds good, but we'll see. Channel strength and deal massive damage to nearby enemies. That's Mortal Stab. At least they didn't say fan of knives. But yeah, it sounds pretty good. I mean, it's your default rogue for any game you have to have them. But next we're gonna go into, yeah, it's a WoW killer. Plain and simple. It looks great. Everything is looking great. They pretty much better do good with Warlords of Draenor, because this is in the beta, and when it comes out, Destroyer. I bet everybody likes to say, you know, every game's a WoW killer, but I don't know, this is pretty similar, but they're actually taking it to the next level and it's making it look really good, so. Okay, next we're going to the Spectromancer. I don't know about you guys, but the female art on here, especially with the casters, is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Love it. But what guy wouldn't? Okay, Spectromancer. Their defenses aren't looking too good. Their attacks looking pretty good. Control. Huh. A lot of CCs I'm looking, huh? Assist, endurance sucks. Well, you're going to need a lot of control if you have no endurance. When you're wearing something like that where the female is, you're not going to have any defense. And or endurance. Giggity. Alright, Spectromancers are mages who call upon ethereal beings to inflict damage and debuff the debuffs to group of enemies. Okay. So they're more like a necromancer, but they call them Spectromancers. And they're gonna summon undeads and stuff like that, sounds like. Well, you can use a staff, wand, and a magic bottle. Her signature skills: Cursed Rune. Place a rune that deals intense magic damage to nearby enemies, so it's an AoE. Doom Call. Summon the mace of the undead, damaging and stunning nearby enemies. Okay. Blood Ritual. Summon spectral beings that damage and knock back nearby enemies. Okay. That makes sense. They wouldn't have much endurance because you're going to have knockback CCs and summon the undead. Alright. Last, the Thaumaturge. I guess I spelled that correctly, but oh well. Thaumaturge. Gerdiger. Anyways, defense, about halfway up. Attack, just maxed out to the roof. Control, not too bad. Assist, looks like they have some heals, but probably not too many. Endurance, same thing. Oh no. No timeout, Beta, no timeout. Why must you do these things to me? Why must you do these things to me? I really don't care if you guys see this screen because it's only the beta anyways. But, whatever. Okay, let's go back here. It is the beta, so it's not gonna really be the best. I guess the wrong side. My bad. Okay. There we go. We're on the Kosh. This is gonna be a pretty long little walkthrough here. I want to go over everything with you guys so you know exactly what you're getting yourself into when you play it. And it's also, I don't know if they're gonna go P2P or pay to play. So we'll see what happens. But at this point, it's free to play. So, which, yeah, I'll call it a WoW killer. How about that? Alright, let's check these guys out. Alright, Thaumaturges summon cursed spirits to deal damage over time, sending enemies fleeing in terror. Okay, I'm pretty confused here. The Spectromancers and these guys are summoning things. Okay, whatever. This might be the Shadow Priest. Never know. Staff, wands, magic bottles. Revelation, deal magic damage to nearby enemies 3 times. Interesting. Debilitating rune, deals massive damage to an area and immobilize the enemies in range. There's a lot of CCs in this game. A lot of CCs in here. Summons a demonic protector. It sounds more like a Shadow Priest. It really does. Alright, we're done with the Kosh. Let's go to the Utonians. The more human-like race. Okay, the race traits of the Utonians are they recover HP for a friendly unit. That could be useful in healing. Adaptation, which provides immunity against some magic damage, and increases resistance to critical hits. So they probably would be pretty good as healers. Prevents a little bit of damage, critical hits on themselves, and you can recover the HP of a friendly target. That's a pretty good passive. Okay, we got the Blade Master. Obviously, they use two-handed swords. Their defense looks pretty awesome, so I don't know if they can pose as an off-tank or not. Their attack control is pretty good. Assist is okay. Endurance and AoE is okay. It says Blade Masters are the guardians of the team. There you go, they're the guardians of the team. Capable of taking and dealing lots of damage, so they can act as an off-tank. Okay, let's look at some of their signature skills. One is Intense Concentration. Absorbs energy and receives super armor for a short period, reducing damage taken. Perfect for off-tanking. Definitely. Pull nearby enemies to... next one is Clear the Breach. Pull nearby enemies to self, dealing damage and then knocking them back. Wow, that's pretty nice. I really like that. Dancing Blade. Launch 3 combo strikes, dealing triple damage to nearby targets. Looks like these Blade Masters are going to be pretty awesome. Alright, we pretty much went... went on the Beastmaster, Spellspell, Pyromancer, Geomancer, Skycaller. It's looking like... they're pretty much the same, but they're going to have a little bit more benefits. Yeah. This has a little bit more control. It has pretty much the same skills. Baleful Vortex and all that good stuff. Just call it something different. But we have the Punisher in this class and the Gunslinger. And wait, the Occultist as well, I should say. Okay, everything else, the Blade Master, Beastmaster, Spell Sword, Pyromancer, Geomancer, and Skycaller are pretty much the same as the Kosh, but you get 3 different areas where you can pick something different within the Ytonian. So let's go over the Punisher. Punisher looks like a tank. It's a defensive class, has full defensive. Everything else is pretty much halfway except for AoE, which isn't too bad. In conventional combat, Punishers are without peer. Their swords deal massive damage and their shields protect them from devastating blows. They can use one-handed swords and shields, so they are tanks. Yeah. Yep. I hear ya. Wow killer indeed. And how you doing today, Amadeus? Doing alright? I know this is going to be pretty long, but we got to go through everything here with you so that you know exactly what you want to look at. But so far it's looking really good. The graphics are looking amazing. I mean, but if you compare it to WoW, WoW's got pretty much old, worn out graphics. Still fun to play, don't get me wrong, but this is looking pretty cool. Anyways, let's go into the signature skills of these Punishers. I really like the name, by the way. Eviscerating Whirlwind, a spinning attack that deals damage every second to targets within 5 yards. It's a Blade Storm. It's a Blade Storm. Final Judgment, deal physical damage to targets within 10 yards, then stun them for 2 seconds. AoE stun. Fantastic. Physical, and the next one is Benediction. Physical attack damage and aggro are increased, and damage taken is reduced. Lasts 10 seconds, so it'll keep you alive. Pretty awesome. Got male, got female, bowing down, being crazy. Okay, Gunslinger. I'm really interested in Gunslingers. I've always loved Vash the Stampede off of anime and all that good stuff. So when they said Gunslingers, I said, okay, let's check them out. The AoE are crazy. Oh my god, it's awesome. Defensive, not bad. Attack and control, 2 less than full. I can deal with that. Assist. Oh well, it's a Gunslinger. Endurance, I'd like it a little better, but not too bad. Gunslingers thin enemy ranks from afar with brutal efficiency and critical strikes. Like the way they're going with that. Class weapon is a rifle. I'd rather have 2 mini little pistols. That's okay. Signature skills, Hollow Point, deals critical damage to a single target. Combat ready, increase maximum HP, armor, agility, and attack. Normal attacks also deal more damage. I guess that's a buff. Fixed position attack, fire high energy, sharp net. Sharp net. What the fuck is wrong with me? Oh, excuse my language. Okay, let's try that again. Fire high energy shrapnel at a targeted area, damaging and snaring enemies. Not too bad AoE snare. Not as cool as I initially thought they might be, but I haven't gotten to the gameplay yet, so we'll see. Last is the Occultist. Occultist has a lot of endurance in AoE, and let's see what they got here. Occultists have powerful damaging spells, but are primarily concerned with healing teammates and granting buffs. So they're a disc priest, from pretty much from what I'm getting from this. So class, they use staff, wands, and magic bottles. First signature is a phantasmal slash, siphon HP from nearby enemies, healing the caster, then dealing additional damage to affected areas. Dark Savior, summon a dark angle, or I can't talk today. Summon a dark angel that bestows super armor, boosting damage, reducing, and healing nearby enemies. Nice. Panacea, I guess that's how you spell it or pronounce it. Panacea. Heal self and nearby allies and reduce damage taken by 50%. They're a Disc Priest. Might check that out. That sounds pretty cool. Alright. We've gone over the Kosh. We go on the Utonian. Let's go back and go on the Eisenhorsts. Okay, let's start off with the Bavontians. Originally from the eastern continent of Erlander, these humans migrated west after being exiled by the Kosh. So the Kosh are their enemies. And were able to settle down with the help of the dwarves. So they're humans that play nice with the dwarves. Sounds really like WoW. Race traits. First race trait we got here is Radical. Increases physical and magic attack greatly as well as damage taken with a short period. Within the short period. Not bad. Pinpoint. Increases critical hit rate. Has a chance to reveal the weakness of enemies, increasing their damage taken. That's not too bad. That's something you might want to look into for PvP. Especially with the physical and magic attack. Yeah. These guys are something to look at for PvP. They got, first we're going to start out with the Punisher, which is pretty much the same. Yeah, it's the same as the other. It's basically, these guys look like PvP and the other guys kind of look like they're PvE. So if you want to go PvP, I'm pretty much positive that you're going to go with the critical hit rate and the increased physical and magical. Just me. Alright, Punishers, Gunslingers, Assassins, same as the other guys. Same skills, just going with PvP style. Spectromancer the same. Thaumaturge the same. Occultist the same. Blade Master. Beastmaster. Pyromancer. All those guys are the same, they just look differently, and these guys are pretty much for PvP. Alright, let's go to the Dwarves. I'm hoping the Dwarves at least have something different. They always do. At least they look... that looks strangely close to the WoW remake of the Dwarves. But this one even looks better. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, we got a Punisher, Gunslinger, Assassin. Oh, let's just check them out real fast. Not too bad looking. But anyways, let's look at the race traits of these dwarves. Courageous, reduces damage taken greatly within a short period. Reduces physical damage taken with a chance of boosting endurance when attacked. And these guys would be your PvE tanks. And if it stays with the same stats in PvP, these guys could be pretty good to reduce some damage, but that, again, if you want to be a tank in PvP, which, here, let's look at the, not Assassin, there we go, Punisher. If you want to be a Punisher, and I don't know how this game incorporates PvP and what they do, but we'll find out. If you want to be a tank, I'd probably go with these guys. These guys seem like they're going to be the most sturdy. Alright. But what I think... I'm going to go with these guys because I'm big on PvP. But... What to pick? There's a lot to pick on this game. Give me some help, Chrome. Give me some help. I don't know what to pick. There's so much. Oh man. I don't know, Assassins look awesome. If I was going to go with an Assassin, I'm going to definitely go with these guys. Increase physical and magical attack greatly as well as damage taken within a short period of time. It's like a Zerka buff. You can give yourself a Zerka buff. You don't need to get it. Increased critical hit rate and has a chance to reveal the weakness. Okay, I'm gonna go those guys with assassin. It just seems like common sense. Going female. Gotta go female. People say, why do you go female? If you're gonna play hours playing a game, would you rather be staring at a guy or a female? That answers your question. Kind of like that hairstyle. Let's back it up a little bit. That'll work. Fist cuffs. See if we got this. Yes. First time entering game. Enjoy. We are soldiers of the Eisenhower Kingdom Army of the Legion. This past autumn. Blah blah blah. Okay, I'll let you guys read it. So that was pretty awesome. Looks like they're going to have a pretty cool storyline going on. Scroll up or down to change the camera view option. I will be right back, ladies and gents. Give me about 5 minutes. I'm going to go have a smoke, get myself settled in. I just woke up a little while ago, so doing that little character creation guide there was when I was half asleep. That's why I couldn't talk. But I will be right back, and then we'll continue on with this awesome game, Black Gold. Alright, I am back. So far, well, you know what? I'm going to cut this one short and I will continue on at a later time. Today, let's give it about an hour. I'm going to jump over to play some WoW real fast with Chrome. And then I will continue back with the actual gameplay. So far, we'll cut this one short and just make it a character creation. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will be right back, and that is Fisticuffs.